Pramod Keshav N. is an author of a few technical non-fiction books and a published author of 8 ebooks that are available in Amazon. He is from Sherthala Taluk in Alappuzha district in Kerala, India. Here he is a participant in an interview process where he defends a few ideas around some of the books that he has written in the course of the past few years or in the past decade. Give us a summary of Tenafly 2006 business districts.
The basis of the story, Tenafly 2006 Business Districts Following the British India Legacy, is a mock judicial review and constitutional review made on the leadership styles of this fictitious Chief of Prints and Binder Bureau as he juggles in the USA immigration law in one hand and World War II war trials on the other.
Who is the central character of the book Tenafly 2006 Business Districts?
The central character of this book is Chief of Prints and Binder Bureau, a mock business concern in Tenafly Borough, New Jersey during 2006, and he's not a citizen of USA but a permanent resident of USA who acknowledges the possibility of filing for bankruptcy for concerns even before they start doing business in places like the Tenafly Borough.
What are the challenges or restrictions in place?
The fictitious CEO of the firm, Prince and Binder, was not a citizen of the United States and hence was severely restricted in conducting business activities in the state of New Jersey, USA, in effect allowing him only to do business with the municipalities and boroughs in Bergen County. The travel restrictions which was imposed upon him allowed him access only in the Bergen County roads, local roads mostly 501 to 505, Central Avenue, Poplar Avenue, Palisades Interstate Parkway, and the routes of Hastings in New York State. His immigration and naturalization documents for passport and other services were bounty in USP, Tenafly post offices. He was also given command as he was a qualified foreign service officer or foreign service analyst, doing police business with securities, rifles, Tibetan guards, representatives, and cadets. The library services offered to him included offers to include his opinion articles or columns in Reader's Digest in the year 2006 in the Tenafly Public Library. For everything in public administration, he had representations running in the form of power of attorney in the Tenafly Municipal Court. Banking services were offered by such financial institutions as Wachovia Bank in Railroad Avenue, and Wells Fargo, who took him as a client offering phone banking services as part of the business or the bureau services. Insurance services were also offered by Progressive Insurance Company as Clue, which is Loss Underwriting Exchange, Spectrum Plans, and Blue Shield. Boarding and lodging were also offered to him in Case Western Guest Houses in Newark, New Jersey. Everything was running well for this Chief of Prints and Binder Bureau in Tenafly, Bergen County, New Jersey, until he stopped being the sole proprietor of the firm, Prints and Binder Bureau. Trouble started to creep in the form of a complaint raised by one Miss Jane Metzler, a reporter, as the chief tried to recruit a British subject, the complaint made in the municipal court at Tenafly. Soon the case escalated in the municipal court to that of a World War II war trial, where he was summoned on a daily basis to New Jersey Superior Courts and Supreme Court.
Why do you say discontinuation of McNamara Act weakened the naturalization application of residents of US?
Many residents of US remain employed in their own business concern as a proprietor or as an executive. McNamara Act provided the service personnel a reasonable service wages during the tenure at their own business concern. After discontinuation of the McNamara Act in 2005, the application based on McNamara Act for service jobs could not be enforced in the immigration department, and hence this weakened the naturalization application of the residents in US who were self-employed or were running their own business concerns in the USA.
How does one justify assault by law enforcement agencies in the Tenafly Business District during 2006?
In essence, the assault charges point fingers at a lack of immigration measures meant to safeguard the parties getting migrated from the country of origin to the greater country of the United States. In the Tenafly business districts, one needs to be particularly aware of discrimination acts that are in play by the law enforcement agencies, as well as the ethnicity and background checks that are run by the law enforcement officers on the immigrants. Sometimes this may be because of the fact that the immigration and citizenship law seems to be unenforceable due to a particular applicant's status, that the law enforcement take refuge in extreme measures. In case law, if there are unenforceable executive actions performed by the immigrant or the immigrant business community, for example, the McNamara Service Acts in 2006, the honorable subject, Mr. Robert McNamara, may try to get involved in the Business Act, which is the McNamara Act, by enforcing damaging measures against the immigrant in the Tenafly Business District to safeguard the sanctity of the executive decision taken at the U.S. Upper House.
In judicial review, quite a lot is mentioned about executive and legislative actions. What was the central theme or act that was driving all the initiatives for the personal concern?
Related act at request, a paid service act in 2006 provided by the financial institution in Tenafly near the Upper East Side in New York City was the central act that was driving all the initiatives for the personal concern.
When you're talking about acquisition of Tenafly Prints and Binder Bureau by Associated Press Bureau in Tenafly, how much was Prints and Binder Bureau worth for a forceful acquisition?
In 2006, Prints and Binder had a near fixed assets comprising of a futon, a 4x4 pub table, 2 bookshelves, an HP printer, office furniture, including a foldable table and cushioned chair, net worth $945, a reasonable buy.
How much was the rent of the office space that Prints and Binder paid for occupying a downtown office space, normally considered a prime location near Upper East Side in the New York City?
The rent paid for the office space near Upper East Side in Tenafly was $500 per month and included office space and a living quarter with a shared kitchen. The rent was paid by means of checks to a Japanese-Korean personnel who's also a Korean diplomat, a cohabitant, though no rent receipts were officially given during the stay in Tenafly.
Finally, regarding the book, Tenafly 2006 Business Districts Following the British India Legacy, how much is fact and how much is fiction?
Tenafly 2006 Business Districts Following the British India Legacy belongs to the genre historical fiction.